Just a quick review on a game I've just beat for the NES. The next game I beat Life Force Salamander on the NES, the PAL version. Uh, what do I rate this game? I give it a 5 out of 10. I'm not a fan. A lot of people like this game and say it's the best shooter on the NES. I don't agree with that. Uh, the last game I reviewed for the Mega Drive, Gyrus was it, for the Mega Drive. That's a great game, mate. Like, I love that game. But this game, it's not in the class of that game. But it's alright. It's not the worst game I've ever played, but it's not the best either. A 5 out of 10. His point is it's a shoot 'em up. There's 6 stages in this game. The hardest stage in the game is definitely the third level, the fire level. I mean, that's where a lot of people just. I know seriously a lot of other gamers who just get to the third level and then just say, right, that's it, I'm done. They can't pass the third level. It's an hard level, but you've got, if as long as you learn like where the fire's coming from and you shoot the enemies and you're powered up, you should be fine. But it took me a few tries that level, but that's the hardest level in the game. If you can get through that level, you should get through the rest of the game. I got a few game overs, but I beat the game within 2 days. It's definitely not as hard as the Gyrus for the Mega Drive. This isn't anyway. So someone said, what game do I think's better? Gyrus is better than this. But someone said, what game? To someone else, to another gamer said, what game should have I got an easier chance of beating? He asked me this. This is the easier game, but it's not as good as Gyrus. This is the easier game. If you want the easier game, this is your game. But having said that, this isn't an easy game, but it's easier than Gyrus. But Gyrus is a more fun, better game than this. But yeah, the point of the game is make it through the 6 stages, beat the bosses along the way, bosses along the way, get upgrades, and don't lose. You get 3 continues, well, at least in the PAL version you do. I think in the USA version, I don't know. This is a PAL version. I think in the USA version, I don't think you get any continues. But in this PAL version, you get 3 continues. And I beat this game playing normally without cheating. Like a lot of people put the Konami code in, don't they? The up, down, left, crap, whatever it is, to get 30 lives. I didn't do that. I beat this game legit without cheating. It took me a few tries, but I beat it. But as I said, the third level's the hardest. If you can pass through that, you should beat the rest of the game. And the 6th level is a bit complex, but not like the last level. Now the bosses, don't know who they are really. They're easy bosses as long as you get there with fully upgraded shots. It should be beat quick. The hardest boss in the game for me is obviously the last boss. As a Salamander, which is obviously the snake, and then once you beat him, you've got to kill him, and then you've got to pass. You've got to get through all the doors because it starts going fast before you lose all your lives. Like after you beat the final boss, it goes fast, and you've got to get through certain parts of the level where the doors close on you, and you've got to get through with enough lives to pass through it. Otherwise, so if you lose like your last life there, you've got to start the level again. But you should, at that point in the game, you should have plenty of lives to pass through it. Like if you lost a couple, I lost a couple of lives there. Well, one I think, but on the last part after the final boss, I mean, where you've got to watch where you're going and keep going through the holes, and then the last part of the level before the game ends, the thing closes on you, so you've got to know where it is, and then once you've done that, you've cleared the game. You see your character leaving the country, leaving the world, blowing up. The world's blowing up after your character's left, and then you get the Konami screen. Konami screen. There's no ending. It's just a Konami. That's poor. That there's no ending. You just get in the PAL version and in the USA version, because I've seen some American players version. It's just a Konami code. The ending. There's no ending. Just a Konami code for about 15, 20 seconds, and just starts all over again. Just a second loop. If you want to go for a second loop again, I just beat the game like it's meant to be, and that's it. I beat the game. As soon as I got the second loop, I just turned it off. I mean, what's the point in doing? I hate games that do that loop. I'm told second loop's harder, but you'd go through it again. I mean, what's the point? But yeah, a 5 out of 10. Only something else I need to give a tip on the final boss, you've got to, and once you kill the salamander, the snake, you've got to kill the final boss. You can't let it live. If you let the final boss live, once you beat the level, you'll have to start, I think, from level 4 again or the start of level 6 again, and that's not a joke. That never happened to me, but I read a review for, I bought the game myself, and someone said that if you don't uh, kill a boss, it'll send you back either to level 4 or to the start of level 6, and that's not what you want, is it? It's not really hard to kill the enemy. Once you kill a salamander, that's the hardest part of the boss, killing the snake, and then when you kill the snake, I mean, you just got to shoot the boss's last form and destroy it, and then that's it. Once you've destroyed it, you just got to avoid, just got to do one more thing, get through a few more doors, and then as long as you've got enough lives, you should be fine. I lost one life, I had plenty of others, and then I beat the game. And then I got the Konami's code, and that's the end of the game. But with the bosses, the last boss, like I just said, the third boss is a dragon, I think. I think that's the third boss there. I could be wrong, but I think that's the third boss. The fourth boss is a skeleton-looking enemy. And most of the bosses, you shoot in the mouth and beat them quick, as long as you're powered up. But yeah, there's nothing else I could say about the game. I give it a 5 out of 10. It's not in the classic Iris. But I beat the game. Would I play this again? No. I beat it. Not one of Konami's best games, in my opinion, unfortunately. But it's definitely easier than Gyros. So anyone who wants to play the easier game, this is a game. If you don't like hard games, you want to stay away from Gyros, even though that's a fantastic game for the Mega Drive. But if you want an easier game, this is your game. But if you want to play a better game, Gyros is better. But I beat both games, I'm not complaining. A lot of people can't beat any of the games, and I've beaten both playing normally without cheating. Obviously, beat this quicker. This is an easier game than Gyros for the Mega Drive. Anyway, thanks for watching. I give this game a 5 out of 10. I give Gyros a 9 or 10 out of 10. That's a great game. 8 or 9 out of 10, I think I gave it. I'm sorry. But this is a 5 out of 10. It's not as good as Gyros. Anyway, thanks for watching.